Hey guys, I just wanted to thank everybody first of all. I got a lot of nice comments and feedbacks about the previous video. On to the Fightstick here. Okay, now I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown about how I feel. If you want a little bit more in depth, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this, and there's gonna be some more footage at the end. When I first got it, I filmed a little bit, and how I feel about it. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it right now. I've had it for about 2 days, and I wanted to like this thing. I really, really did. I mean, I opened it. I was pretty excited. It looked good. It felt okay, but the problems just kept happening, man. I mean, Madcatz, I mean, Jesus. It's like we got the Fisher Price version, basically, of a fight stick. Now, let me go a little bit in depth to it here if you can see it. This right here feels a little bit rinky. Just feels a little cheap. This is the box, the base, the weight on it is very, very nice. But the actual components, this and the buttons don't feel all that great. They don't feel arcade-like, but that's to be expected, I'm guessing, from the $80 ones. I'm not, an expert on these joysticks or anything like that, and I really haven't played with them, but my initial impression of it was I really wanted to like it. I had a lot of fun with it. The moves, some of the moves, I mean, when it worked well, but it was hardly working. The joystick just kept jamming up. And one of the problems I had, these two buttons kept going dead. Within like 15, 20, 30 minutes of the game, the buttons just went dead. And it's just like, I wanted to like it. I was like, okay, so I started looking up stuff and people were like replacing this. And I thought, all right, I can do that. I've never really modded one of these, but it looked easy enough. And I was going with that. I was like, I'm gonna mod this. And then these two kept dying. So I thought to myself, to mod this, it's about 30 something dollars, and you gotta do it yourself. You do void your warranty. And to change these, they're about another $30, something like that. All in all, I believe it's like anywhere from $60 to $80, depending on what you want to do. Added to this. So if you think about it, you paid $80 for this. You're gonna pay $80 to upgrade, and you got to do it yourself. You're about $160. Tournament stick, I believe, was $150. Doesn't do a lot of math, so I will be returning. All in all, I really can't recommend this product unless you go into it knowing that you're gonna replace this and gonna exchange that. I've been reading a little bit, I guess, that it makes a good base if you're into modding it and stuff like that, but I really don't feel like spending another $80 and doing it myself. And if these things are cheap, maybe some of the internals, I had fun playing with it when it worked, and I might look into getting into another stick in the future for playing it, but for right now I'm gonna just use the fight pad. I'm still not in love with it, but it gets the job done. It's $40, and I would recommend this, especially if you're not doing any of the charge characters, because really, I mean, I've been playing with Ken, Sagat, Ryu, and my game has gotten a little bit better. This flows well because it doesn't really depend on charging the diagonals and going up. So for $40, it actually seems like they took a lot more time with this one than they did with the fight stick. So I'm going to be using it for Street Fighter 4, which I'm going to pick up later today. If you want a little bit more footage on when I first got the stick, I did film a little bit of that, so you can check that out right after this. Thanks, guys. Okay, so here we are. Now a little bit of background. Me and fight sticks and fight pads. I've never really owned one. I mean, the last actual stick I owned for a system was one of these guys here, and it was excellent. So let's just go through some of the basic movements. Jab. Buttons feel good. The famous diagonals here. It's more, yeah, it feels pretty good. Back, forward. Okay, now let's just get into some of the moves here. Okay. Feels a little different, but that's to be expected. But I mean, overall, the moves are coming out good, and a couple rolls, pretty good. Flip kicks. Okay, so that's all. It's pretty good. Okay, there's a super there, which actually I had a little bit of hard time doing on the 360 pad. I was able to do it on the fight pad, but it felt a little easier here. It takes quite a bit of tries.